Tonight I'm reviewing this fella from Howling Hops. You can tell by the can design. Howling Hops have got this certain type of can design. Works for them, you know. And this is their penny floater. I'm sure we've all had floaters in the past. I do apologise. You know, the child element comes out of me. So it's got Citra Cryo Sabro Galaxy hops in it. It's 7.5% ABV. And yeah, here we go. So yeah, for those watching this video, I'm on my new phone, well, my son's old phone actually. He said he had issues with it, so we'll see how that goes. Apparently the sound's okay, so bloody hope so. And the picture quality is okay. This is on full HD 60. I did it on UHD 60 earlier, but yeah, it wanted you to upload afterwards, and God knows what that's about. So I've never had that on a video before. You know, when you do the video like I'm doing now, not uploading afterwards. So I don't know whether to try it on FHD 30 later and see what happens, just to get the right, ooh, pardon me, just to get the right sound and picture balance, shall we say. So, hazy orange pour. A little bit windy in here tonight, gotta be honest. Obviously I'm in the cake room again. It's too hot in the shed. It's too hot outside. And a couple of scroats looking around my son's van. Walks by the van, it's like, I'm like, yeah, don't even try, youth. Yeah. To be fair, don't even live around here, but yeah, so hazy orange pour, whitehead, tropical. I swear I got a bit of coconut then, but I may be wrong. Anyway, cheers all. It's deadly having the outside, you know, because I'm a nosy sod. So there is coconut, and then there's I swear I'm getting a bit of mango, but there's an element there that yeah, there's a really different element that comes into play. It's nice. It's just that I can't figure out what the bloody hell it is. So yeah, in Nottingham tomorrow, meeting up about 4 o'clockish, I think. Going over to the Magpie Brewery tap room. Oh dear, Papa got wind. Right? Spend an evening in Nottingham city centre. I'm only really going to 3 or 4 pubs. Do some reviews, hopefully. See if the bloke I'm with's up for that. And it'd be quite interesting, you know, to see how he is. And he's got a good opinion. Even his daughters have got opinion about beer, so that's really interesting. It's good, and to be fair, his daughters can get aromas that sometimes even I think can't get that, and so that's great. Let's be fair, we all have got weaknesses, and we've all got the ability to smell certain things, to taste certain things. And unless you're reading it off the can or people's reviews, you know, best to be honest, you get what you get. There's no right or wrong, you just get what you get. So, absolutely tasting divine. I'm glad it's been in the fridge. there's an aroma there now. I got the aroma now. It's really weird. Cryo, Citra, um, Samba and Galaxy. Tasting ever so refreshing, bloody easy going, and thank God I'm in here because it's really cool in here. And yeah, and this was the original beer review home of Wraggy's beer reviews. You know, this is where the first beer reviews came from, so it's fitting in some ways to now and again to come back in here. And even though I'm using a little tripod to do the reviews again, I keep seeing people walk by the window, and I'm being nosy. And lots of people that came very dressed up tonight. Must be a party around the corner. Oh, it's just the heat and people are getting dressed up. One doesn't know. Oh, gotta be honest, loving it. Sits in the spot, smooth, easy drinking New England IPA. Howling Hops, to be fair, I've had some cracking beers from them. Got this from Kimberley Craft Ales, a shop in Nottingham, Shire. So local to me, but this is obviously a beer you can pick up elsewhere. They're doing some good trade. They are. They're good lads who, you know, when you look at businesses and their enthusiasm. It's a bit like me as a gardener. My enthusiasm for what I do is unparalleled. I love positivity. I love the, you know, keep trying, we'll win attitude. When I come across negative vibes, it destroys my soul. And I've come across that quite recently, and yeah, it's been a bit, you know, it's kind of upsetting in some ways, because you think to yourself, I do what I can, I do what I do, and I am really, I know I'm a good hard worker, and then you get something like that comes along, and it kind of knocks you back, and yeah, it's not good for the mental health either. But hey, keep doing what I'm doing. I know I'm doing well, and it's as simple as that. So, there's a multitude of aromas and flavours coming from this. It's a complex beastie, and it's one of those where you'll drink it and you'll think to yourself, did I get this? Did I get that? And you know, you may or may not get everything on the list, and yeah, for that it's very interesting. I mean, look at that, it's a beautiful looking pour. I mean, on the nose, I get quite a dank nose on this, and that's not something you get from me very often, but I do get that off this. But on the taste, it's more tropical, so yeah. Smooth, tropical. Coconut's one of the players. There's certainly mango. I get the feeling of pineapple as well in the taste, but it's tasting lovely. And yeah, second of 3 reviews tonight. I've got another review coming up later for those in the future. Yeah, I usually do about 2 or 3 reviews most nights anyway. Keeps my brain active. Beer reviews, if we're being serious, and you know, I don't know how honest most people are in the beer review community. You know, it's not for me to know or want to know in a lot of things. Um, but we all are on a journey, should we say? All of us are on a journey in life, you know, whether that be a good journey or maybe not a good journey, you know, sadly. And for me, beer reviews give me the chance to talk. It's much more important than the beer, you know. The beer, like this beer, is part of the the review, the ability to talk and to experience a beer and try and pick out the tastes and one, to see if you like it, two, to see if you don't get you steaming, which is really hard on a really hot night because any beer you drink on a hot night wallops you. You know, the weather plays um, such a part in beer drinking, and you know, like I'm saying, we're all on a journey, and there's no rights and wrongs in life. You know, we all do what we do to survive. Um, I've been there in the darkest of times, truly dark times. And I've been there in the lightest of times as well, you know, times where life seems so lovely. And, you know, finding that balance between the two and the understanding, and this is the difficult part, the understanding that you can't control everything. Someone can look at you and say, or comment and say, oh, you're a dickhead, you know shit. And just ignoring that, doing the best you can, and keeping that in your head that you're doing a good thing. That's where we all need to be. Howling Hops have delivered a cracking beer. 7.5%. I tell you now, you can't feel it's 7.5%. I dare say, when I walk away from the table, I'll feel it. But at this moment, no. It's, as you can see, it's a lovely orange pour, hazy orange pour, 7.5%. Could be a dipper. It doesn't say dipper on it, but at 7.5%, I would think that was in dipper carriage, dipper country. Tropical coconut, and there's a taste that just still tastes bloody lovely. And this is the thing about the modern beers, they have these flavours and aromas that you don't get in the traditional beer sector. As much as I love the traditional beer sector, and I do, and I fiercely guard that sector, it's always interesting to try these beers from the craft beer sector. One must remember that every single beer is part of that journey. Even a crap beer is part of your journey, because if you never get to try a beer that's not brewed well, that's brewed under contract conditions and with very little money going to the brewery, and the supermarket's taking the piss, then you'll never know. You know, any brewer that I've ever spoke to, they do not like brewing shit beer. Remember that. Next time you get a crap beer, think to yourself, was the brewer happy doing this? And I think that, you know, unless it's somebody who just doesn't care anymore, the fact of the matter is that brewers are just as beer reviewers. They are beer reviewers themselves, and they will not be happy with a substandard beer. I know brewers local to me who've poured, and I do mean poured, hundreds of litres down the drain because it didn't reach their standards. That is sacrilege. But, you know, they've got to do what they've got to do. For me, good 4.4 out of 5, and very nice beer. And I've yacked for far too long, as usual. Cheers all.